Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the winter collection as well as a Valentine's Day duo from the brand Noodles Nail Polish. These are releasing February 4th, so in the description box I will link the Noodles site, I will link their Instagram page, and then I will link my Instagram page where you can see more swatches of everything from today's video. So we have 8 in the winter collection and 2 in the Valentine's Day duo, making a total of 10 polishes to look at today, and let's go ahead and get started. So first we have You Later, and this one is described as a cornflower blue crelly with pink to purple to aqua color shifting flakes and silver metallic flakes. So here's our first coat of You Later. This one does have a more jelly-ish formula to it. It is a little bit more on the sheer translucent side. The formula is wonderful to work with though. It's not too thick or too thin. I didn't have any kind of running, pooling, or staining, and I also didn't have any kind of blockage or buildup of glitter. I did do 3 coats for full opacity. If you're not super picky and depending on your application, you might be able to get away with 2, but either way you are definitely going to want top coat to finish this off. It is going to dry on the dull side and it is going to dry with some texture, and because of the sheer amount of glitter in here, it is going to take some scrubbing to remove. So there are 3 coats of You Later. Next up we have Icicles, and this one is described as a clear base glitter topper with white and iridescent shreds, white and blue matte glitters, and blue iridescent glitter. So here is our first coat of Icicles, and I'm going to show you what this looks like on its own today as well as over a base color. The formula is great to work with. I didn't have, again, any kind of application issues, and these glitters actually spread out really easily and evenly across the nail. I didn't have to do any kind of manipulation and everything came out very easily from the bottle. I also didn't have any kind of buildup with my glitters where it's like a traffic jam of glitter on the nail, which is a huge issue for me with glitter, so I was super excited to see a beautiful topper not give me that issue. You are going to want top coat to finish this off, and again it is going to be difficult to remove because it is glitter. So there are 1 and 2 coats. Next up we have Love at Frost Sight, and this one is described as a white crelly with a soft turquoise shimmer and light blue metallic and hollow glitter. Here is our first coat of Love at Frost Sight. This one is relatively opaque here on this first coat. It's not super even though, so it is going to take some building up. This is another one that, depending on your application, you might be able to get away with 2 coats, and you might also need 3 coats. But again, the formula is wonderful to work with. I really love the combination of blue and white, so I think this is one of my top crelly picks from Noodles in general. I love the different sizes of blues. I think this works together really beautifully. You are definitely going to want top coat to finish this one off. It is again going to dry with some texture because of this glitter, and again it is also going to be very difficult to remove. I did do 3 coats for my video for full opacity, but I think if I was a little bit more careful I could have gotten away with 2 no problem. But there are 3 coats of Love at Frost Sight. Next up we have Altitude Problem, and this one is described as a dusty periwinkle purple crelly with white and gray matte glitters and lavender and silver metallic glitter. So here's our first coat of Altitude Problem. This one is again in that jelly-ish base, so depending on your application you could do 2 coats, you could do 3 coats. I was happy today at 2 coats, but I'm sure if it was any other given day I might have needed 3. Either way, I do recommend going in for a top coat. It'll smooth out the texture that this glitter can create, and because of all this glitter, it is going to be difficult to remove. So there are 2 coats of Altitude Problem. Next up we have Winter Woods, and this one is described as a light gray crelly with silver, navy, garnet, raspberry, and rose metallic glitter. Here's our first coat of Winter Woods. This one is my top pick of the collection. I really love the Noodles crelly formula in general. I feel like she has a really good eye for glitter combinations and base color combinations, and this one really stands out to me. I got full opacity in 2 coats depending on your application, just like everything else in this collection. 2 to 3 coats. You might need a 3rd. You will want top coat, and removal will be difficult. So there are 2 coats of Winter Woods. Up next we have Winterfest, and this one is described as a clear base glitter topper with blue, purple, pink color shifting flakes and periwinkle, lilac, and silver metallic glitter. Here is our first coat of Winterfest, and again I'm going to layer this up in 2 coats on its own as well as over a base color. I really like the daintiness of this on its own. I would be happy to wear this in 1 coat over the naked nail. If you wanted full opacity of this, you could sponge it on. I hate sponging myself personally, so I'd rather build it up, but it will get you full coverage much faster. The shimmer that's in here is really beautiful, and it does contrast really nicely with the glitters. You will want top coat. It is going to dry textured and dull, and again, removal will be difficult, but look at it over this black. How beautiful. So there are 1 and 2 coats. Up next we have Cozy Cardigan, and this one is described as a plum purple crelly with rose metallic microflakes and hollow flakes. Here's our first coat of Cozy Cardigan, and this is definitely the top pick of the collection for me, which is absolutely wild. I don't personally gravitate towards purples very often, but this one is absolutely stunning. I got full opacity in 2 coats. This will dry on the dull side, so you'll definitely want top coat for that reason. And it also looks stunning with a matte top coat, but nothing in here is going to dry textured or be difficult to remove. I also had no running, pulling, or staining, and there are 2 coats. Next up we have Arctic Skies, and this is described as a violet-based purple to blue to green shifting shimmer polish with a touch of hollow flakes, and lavender and silver hollow glitter. Here's our first coat of Arctic Skies. This is definitely the one of the collection that if you wanted something blingy and fun and a little bit on the loud side, it'll definitely call your name. Again, the formula is wonderful to work with, but something about this polish is so like shimmery and shifty and shiny. It's absolutely stunning. I got full opacity in 2 coats. It'll dry dull, but it won't dry textured, and removal is easy. So there are 2 coats of Arctic Skies. And then moving on to the Valentine's Day duo, here we have I'm Yours, and this is described as a white crelly with matte magenta and light pink glitters and gold hollow glitter. Here's our first coat of I'm Yours. Now, this Valentine's Day duo, I absolutely can't pick a favorite. They are both beautiful, both stunning, both right up my alley. This white crelly is totally beautiful. I got full opacity in 2 coats, but depending on your application, you might need to go in for 3. But this white base against the beautiful pink glitters and yet the delicate yellow, it works together really, really well. You will again want top coat, and removal is difficult, so there are 2 coats. And lastly for today we have Galentine's Day, and this one is described as a clear base glitter topper with matte watermelon, hot pink, and magenta glitter, as well as silver hollow glitters and mini hearts. And here's 1 coat of Galentine's Day. Once again, I'm going to show you what 2 coats looks like on its own and then used as a topper over that black. The formula is excellent to work with. I didn't have any kind of complaints, any kind of issues. I'm thinking this one will be my actual Valentine's Day manicure. I did have to do some placement with these heart glitters. They were easy to fish out of the bottle, but they weren't super easy to get onto the brush, so I did just use a cuticle pusher to get those out. But this glitter comes out in an abundance. It is very easy to spread out across the nail. You will want top coat. It is going to dry dull and textured, and removal is difficult. And guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.